There's a whole lot to be intimidated of in the depths of the ocean where the sunlight barely reaches. It's an unforgiving terrain and houses precious things that are just as intense. These 10 creepiest things in the ocean primarily lived under the floor, where some things have waited centuries to be discovered by scientists. It certainly takes an incredible treasure to survive water pressure as high as 8 tons per square inch, and these treasures do it with an appearance that's just as amazing to match. As I say treasure, does this remind you of your childhood? The infamous treasure hunt we all used to play? Well, that game isn't a game anymore. There seems so much reality to it when you encounter things such as listed ahead in the video. You don't want to miss the grand treasure discovered and statues of real people found beneath the oceans. Stay put and you will not regret. Don't forget to like this video, hit the subscribe button and click the bell icon for more spooky content. Number 10. Atlit Yam. Not far off the coast of the village of Atlit in the Mediterranean Sea, near Haifa in Israel, lies the submerged ruins of the ancient Neolithic site of Atlit Yam. The prehistoric settlement, which dates back to 7th millennium BC, has been so well preserved by the sandy seabed that a mysterious stone circle still stands as it was first erected, and dozens of human skeletons lay undisturbed in their graves. Today, Atlit Yam lies between 8 to 12 meters beneath sea level and covered an area of 40,000 square meters. The site was first discovered in 1984 by marine archaeologist Ehud Galili, and since then, underwater excavations have unearthed numerous houses, stone-built water wells, a series of long unconnected walls, ritual installations, stone-paved areas, a megalithic structure, thousands of flora and fauna remains, dozens of human remains, and numerous artifacts made of stone, wood, and flint. The ancient artifacts unearthed at Atlit Yam offer clues into how the prehistoric inhabitants once lived. Researchers have found traces of more than 100 species of plants that grew at the site or were collected from the wild, and animal remains consisted of bones of both wild and domesticated animals, including sheep, goat, pig, dog, and cattle, suggesting that the residents raised and hunted animals for subsistence. In addition, more than 6,000 fish bones were found. I can go on and on and on about this little village discovery, but the way civilizations like this have lost their existence, definitely in mysterious ways, creeps the hell out of us. What exactly happened all those centuries ago that we are so ignorant to amazing villages like these? Got any clues? Comment down below. Number 9. San Jose Shipwreck. A few centuries ago, the Spanish Navy sailed the seas with one of the most powerful fleets in existence. One ship that fleet was the San Jose, a 3-masted 62-gun galleon that made regular voyages from Peru to Spain, carrying precious metals and gems. 4 English warships attacked the San Jose, sending the ship, her roughly 600-person crew, and her cargo of gems and precious metals to the ocean floor. The exact location of the shipwreck was lost, and more than 300 years passed before the Woods Hole Oceanographic Institution confirmed it had located the San Jose off the coast of Colombia in November 2015. The San Jose discovery carries considerable cultural and historical significance for the Colombian government and people because of the ship's treasure of cultural and historical artifacts and the clues they may provide about Europe's economic, social, and political climate in the early 18th century. The Colombian government plans to build a museum, a world-class conservation laboratory to preserve and publicly display the wreck's contents, including cannons, ceramics, and other artifacts. There was only one problem. Someone else had claimed to discover the wreckage of the San Ohe nearly 30 years before WHOI's announcement, sowing confusion over who owns a galleon and its cargo, worth an estimated $17 billion, and who is responsible for its protection. Number 8. The Ghost Fleet of Truk Lagoon. Truk Lagoon, tucked away among the islands of Micronesia, approximately 1100 miles northwest of New Guinea, is a diver's paradise. It is also a top spot for dark tourists that like to get in the water. After the German defeat in World War I, the local islands and Truk Lagoon were handed over to the Japanese, who in a few short years turned it into a military base. It wasn't until the Second World War that dramatic events unfolded at Truk Lagoon, and it became one of the biggest ship graveyards in the world. During one of the many counterattacks after the bombing of Pearl Harbor, the American military turned its might towards the Japanese base at Truk Lagoon. The area had been transformed in preparation for war. The Japanese atoll now had battleships, submarines, and aircraft carriers stationed in its waters. In total, 47 ships and 270 aircraft were sent to the bottom of the lagoon. Over 1,700 Japanese lives were lost. However, although the remains of over 400 Japanese crew members were retrieved and proper burials given, it is approximated that around 1,300 servicemen still lay scattered among the wrecks. Are we talking about ghosts or spirits here? Maybe. Number 7. A train wreck. Well, there are not any railway tracks beneath the waters, and what in the world brought this locomotive train here? They have found 2 such train wrecks just off the coast of the Long Branch in New Jersey. These 2 train wreckage have made the historians and researchers speechless, as they are submerged 90 feet at the bottom of the New Jersey coastline, and they have been lying there for 100 years now. It wasn't until 1985 it was discovered by a scuba diver named Paul Hepler, who found it in the Atlantic Ocean, but still the origin and identity is a mystery. Astonishingly, the machinery used to make these locomotives isn't the regular one, but a rare breed used in train yards. There are no records about these locomotives ever being built, and from where did it come? Number 6. Ocean Atlas. Installed on the western coastline of New Providence in Nassau, Bahamas, Ocean Atlas is the latest underwater sculpture by artist Jason DeCaires Taylor, known for his pioneering effort to build submerged sculpture parks in oceans around the world. Taylor's seaman figures are constructed with a sustainable pH-neutral material that encourages the growth of coral and other marine wildlife, effectively forming an artificial reef that draws a tourist away from diving hotspots in overstressed areas. Towering 18 feet tall and weighing in at more than 60 tons, Ocean Atlas is reportedly the largest sculpture ever deployed underwater. The artwork depicts a local Bahamian girl carrying the weight of the ocean above her, in reference to the ancient Greek myth of Atlas, the primordial titan who held up the celestial spheres. At low tide, the work reflects a mirror image on the underside of the sea surface. It is a dramatic increase in scale from Taylor's previous works and ensures that even after substantial coral growth, the figure will still remain highly recognizable. A solar light and flag is located on the highest point to aid marine navigation. This sure does look beautiful to me. Okay, nothing creepy about this one. Number 5. Christ of the Abyss. You probably already are familiar with the picture of a Christ statue deep under the sea, and you are asking yourself where it can be found. The answer to that question is not even that straightforward as you might think, as there exist more undersea statues of Christ named Christ of the Abyss scattered around the earth. The original Christ of the Abyss is immersed in the waters of San Frutuoso, not far from the worldwide renowned village of Portofino. Located more than 15 meters deep under the sea, the bronze statue was placed on the seabed on the 22nd of August 1954 at the initiative of legendary Italian diver Giulio Mercante, who wanted to place a statue of Jesus following the death of his friend Dario Gonzatti, which occurred during a dive a few years earlier in that spot. The statue was created by sculptor Guido Galiti, and its arms are raised upwards as a sign of invocation. The sculpture is 2.5 meters high and it weighs 260 kg without the foundation. Following the death of Mercante, who played a plaque on the base of the statue in his memory, it has been recently restored to preserve it from corrosion and fouling and to reattach the hand that had been detached by an anchor. Number 4. The Sea of Galilee structure, a giant monumental stone structure discovered beneath the waters of the Sea of Galilee in Israel, has archaeologists puzzled as to its purpose and even how long ago it was built. The mysterious structure is cone-shaped, made of unhewn basalt cobbles and boulders, and weighs an estimated 60,000 tons, the researchers said. That makes it heavier than most modern-day warships. Rising nearly 32 feet high, it has a diameter of about 230 feet. To put that in perspective, the outer stone circle of Stonehenge has a diameter just half that, with its tallest stone not reaching that height. It appears to be a giant rock cairn, rocks piled on top of each other. Structures like these are known for elsewhere in the world and are sometimes used to mark burials. Researchers do not know if the newly discovered structure was used for this purpose. Well, even though they don't know it, the suspicion makes it terrifying enough, because what could be buried in there? They say it is definitely human-made and probably was built on land. If the 3rd millennium BC date idea proves correct, it would put the structure about a mile to the north of a city that researchers call Bet Yera or Kirbeth Kerak. During the 3rd millennium BC, the city was one of the biggest sites in the region. Paz said it's the most powerful and fortified town in the region, and as a matter of fact, in the whole of Israel. Number 3. SS Thistlegorm. How a World War II steamship loaded with supplies for British troops was turned into an undersea time capsule and one of the most dived wrecks in the world. The SS Thistlegorm is often heralded as the most popular wreck in the world. Not surprising given its well-preserved structure, wealth of World War II artifacts, and the fact that it sits within recreational scuba diving limits. The 4th and final voyage of the Thistlegorm was a delivery of much-needed equipment to British soldiers in northern Africa. The ship was loaded at its home port in Glasgow in May 1941. Tumney says that the manifest stated that the ship was carrying only motor parts, but in reality, every inch of the ship was filled with equipment ranging from boots and rifles to motorcycles and locomotives. When the ships finally reached the Sinai Peninsula around the 3rd week of September, they found that a collision had closed the entrance to the Suez Canal. The ships waited at a spot designated as safe Anchorage F while its obstruction was cleared. Thistlegorm remained at the anchor for 2 weeks with its engines off as it waited for its turn to leave. As it turned out, Thistlegorm would be waiting a long time, 76 years and counting. I am absolutely not joking here. Number 2. The Antikythera mechanism. Certain mysteries of the ancient world can be far more terrifying than we may expect. Take, for example, the Antikythera mechanism, a rusted object at the bottom of the ocean back in 1901 at evidence of a historical shipwreckage just off the coast of the Greek island Antikythera. What this object is, though, is far more astonishing than a sunken shipwreck. The Antikythera mechanism appears to be an ancient computer over 2,000 years old, believed to have been constructed by ancient Greek scientists as late as 205 BC. For decades following its discovery, researchers and scholars were completely stumped as to how this incredibly complex device functioned. It wasn't until X-ray imaging was conducted on the object in the 1970s that some of its secrets were revealed. Some believe that this ancient computer was designed to track the motion of the stars and the planets of our solar system. Recently, scientists have discovered hidden inscriptions carved into its design, leading some to believe that similar objects were created alongside of it, which may still be found at the bottom of the ocean. The truth behind the Antikythera mechanism remains to be an unsettling mystery of the ancient world. Number 1. Musa, Mexico. A world filled with underwater statues can be found in Cancun, Musa. The underwater museum can be found between Cancun and Isla Mujeres. We will never grow tired of talking about this magical garden under the Caribbean Sea. The museum has over 500 underwater statues. The exhibition is merely 28 feet from the surface. This gorgeous project began back in 2009 with the intention of protecting the Mesoamerican reef, which is endangered. Many divers from newbies to well-trained professionals dip into the area to enjoy the beauty in which the underwater statues are dressed in, coral reefs and marine life. Jason DeCaires Taylor has a collection of sculptures based on the people that live in Puerto Morelos. The famous artist has the largest section of the museum with over 450 life-size statues. Most of the Jason DeCaires underwater sculptures have something to say about what's going on in today's modern world, from men in tuxedos with their head in the sand to men sitting on a round table. What's even more fascinating in that, each one of these sculptures is actually based on a real person living in Puerto Morelos. I'm gonna leave this fact right here. And that would be all. Let's end this one here before it gets any creepier. If you think you enjoyed, do press the like button. In case you want to continue watching videos like these, go to our YouTube channel and have some fun, guys. Make sure to drop some comments and tell us how you like the channel. We are signing off now. Keep vibing.